lecture, it just kind of cares. Because like I recorded like the whole session previously, like last week, and due to the noise from my neighbor, I thought it's not the best, so I just recorded again. And I was muted the whole time. So I just did the whole work. Then I checked the video because like every time I'm just checking the video. So based on my video, I'm just creating questions. Then I noticed that I'm just totally muted. So I'm just doing that again. They say like third time gonna be the charm. So hopefully it's gonna be true. So let's begin. So today we're gonna talk about chapter 2, which is here. Let me bring it on. Okay, yes, we're going to talk about chapter 2. It is about hindbrain and midbrain. Starting with the hindbrain, you can just see that it has different parts. It has medulla, which is right here. It has pons. It has cerebellum. So medulla actually gonna help regulating heart rate, blood pressure, and respiration. Pons actually gonna help controlling that respiration here. I put a question mark because I want you to just check the lecture. So this way you can just understand the material in the best way possible and also be able to just take the quizzes in a good way. So now let's talk about cerebellum, which is here. It is responsible for balance and muscle tone, body posture. For example, whenever you're just doing some sort of coordination with your body, it is always your cerebellum. Um, Here, if you are doing yoga, if you are having a good posture during doing yoga, it is all because of your cerebellum. Here we're gonna have midbrain, like you can see here, midbrain just at the top. It is responsible for coordination of sensory and visual reflexes. Sorry, reflexes. For example, if would be the object, and if my eye and my head is just moving with this object, this coordination is all based on your midbrain. Just let's check the eye again. The eye, the head, and the object, midbrain. So here we're going to talk about forebrain and limbic system. So limbic system is just basically all about your emotion. But forebrain, it does have different parts. And the parts are really responsible and important for like several characters. Let's look at the picture of the brain here. Like you can see here, this part is thalamus. It's like oval shape. It's in the center of the brain. Then we have hypothalamus. It's a small part. It is a small, but it does have so many responsibilities. Then here it's just cerebral cortex. Like I guess you can just assume that what cerebral cortex is about, it is frontal lobe. So basically it should be all about judgments, making decisions, conscious thought. But we're gonna talk about this soon. Starting with thalamus, it's all about your sensory signals. For example, except your smell. For example, if you are just touching some sort of hot surface, you can just understand it is hot. So it is actually your thalamus that doing that sort of sensory understanding for your body. Or whenever you are hearing a very loud noise or a very like whispering noise, it is again your thalamus. So all of the sensory information except the smell gonna be thalamus. Keep that in your mind. And where is thalamus? It is like in the middle. Okay. Then we have hypothalamus. Hypothalamus, like I said, it's just very small, but it does have strong responsibilities. Stress management, first of all of us dealing with the stress. What part is responsible? It is hypothalamus. Then comes appetites. Again, like so many problems, obesity, like all of them, they are like based on appetite. Or maybe if you are not hungry at all, if you are not eating well, again, it's going to be appetite. Where is responsible for that? Hypothalamus. Then comes body's temperature, hypothalamus, emotional response, sleep-wake cycle, like all of them, like the responsibilities on hypothalamus. So the small part, so many responsibilities, okay? Keep that in your mind. Then comes cerebral cortex, which gonna be conscious thought. So whenever you're just planning your day, it's gonna be your cerebral cortex. Keep that in your mind. If you don't have any plan, probably your cerebral cortex is not performing well. Joking, but Limbic system, it is very important because it does have so many responsibility relevant to stress and emotional responses. Like you can see here, this is amygdala and this is hippocampus. Amygdala is just detection of threat. There are like so many problems, like serious problems with respect to amygdala. For example, like I guess it was like 50 years ago, a guy in Ohio, he killed his wife. He was a good guy. He went to a school. He was just very successful, but suddenly, out of nowhere, he killed his wife. After just some detection and doing like a scan and like different medical investigation, they found that because of his amygdala, it wasn't performing well. He actually got paranoia and he thought that there are going to be some threats from his wife. So he did what he did. So just any problem in amygdala is important because it is like the way we're gonna actually detect, identify, and understand the threat out there. Then comes hippocampus, which is very important for detection of emotionally charged memories. Um, but it is not just only hippocampus. For example, hypothalamus, it was also responsible for memory. So when it comes to brain, we cannot specifically say that one part of the brain is responsible for just that specific responsibilities because mainly because of two reasons. First of all, we don't know much about the brain yet. Brain is just very massive and the tools that we have, it's not that much strong to discover brain in the best way possible. Another one is different parts of the brain, they are just working together to actually create who we are and actually, for example, frame our personality, our perception, our attention. So we cannot just definitely say like 100% hippocampus is all about memories. No, hippocampus is just coordinating, collaborating with different parts and help us to function well emotionally. I mean, I'm hoping everyone is functioning well, but so if you have a bad memory, okay, if you have like any problems in your past that's gonna bother you and you want to get rid of them, what part of the brain should be actually erased? You should tell me because it's gonna be your quiz question. This is the same question for Dory's. I guess you remember Dory. He was from Finding the Nemo. It was an animation. Dory was a character with a very bad memory, so probably the part of his body that is not very performing well should be, I don't know, you should tell me. Let's go back and check. It should be hippocampus, right? Or it can be like hypothalamus, okay? Definitely not going to be amygdala based on this lecture, right? So it's going to be your question. Keep that in your mind. So there are going to be some disorders related to nervous system. First of all, going to be epilepsy, Parkinson's disease, Huntington's, polio, dementia, like all of them. And I would say the most like important disease, I mean, all of the diseases, they are respectful, but these guys, they are like really serious. Like one of my fears is just getting dementia at some point. So we have to study nervous system in a good way, and that's why I'm just trying my best to just give you different examples. We're gonna talk more and more in section 3 about